Mr. Beast, KSI, and Logan Paul, absolutely shameful decision to come out with this thing called Lunchly. Apparently some sort of lunch product that's clearly going to be marketed to children who would eat this type of thing. They're comparing it in this video to Lunchables. Lunchables came out in 1988. There was not nearly as much awareness just globally and in general of nutrition. What are you guys doing? This Lunchly thing, as you'll see here, is just full of garbage. And they're saying, oh, it's a little bit more healthy than Lunchables. You're comparing it to nothing. You're comparing it to chemicals in a box. So this is actually like ridiculous, but I'll say more of what I think about this just as I kind of go throughout this video. This video is only 1 minute long.
Lunchly versus Lunchables.
With Lunchly, you get double the amount of liquid.
Prime has no sugar added, more electrolytes, and more B vitamins.
Crunch Bar. Whoa. Feastables Crunch
Yeah!
Bar. RP.
This is a lunch product. Why would you want a chocolate bar? So a kid, there's a massive obesity crisis, massive chronic disease crisis. This obesity thing, it's not like people just get fat. There is all types of health risks that come with that. America is literally going bankrupt because the country has gotten so obese. That's just a fact. The amount of GDP US spends on healthcare is just about at 20%. In 1960, it was 5%. Why would you try to sell this product? A kid's gonna have a piece of chocolate for lunch. That's the main issue with this. This is not lunch food. Lunchables is a travesty as well, but maybe in 1988, there was just less awareness of nutrition, what have you. I'm sure probably like the food companies were corrupt back then too, but what are you doing? If Mr. Beast wants to sell this Feastables snack, I believe he markets it as like a slightly better for you version of chocolate bar. That's fine, and I would say even ethical, because it's a snack. Everyone deserves and should probably like have things in their life, somewhat of like a cheat meal where you're not eating it all the time. This is not lunch. This is so embarrassing. These guys should actually be ashamed of what they're doing here. They have enough money. This is, I think, unforgivable. They should just not release the product. If they actually release this thing like they're planning to or whatever, I think absolute L. Completely and morally indefensible.
Pizza uses real cheese. Theirs, as it says on their box, is mozzarella pasteurized prepared cheese product. They can't even call it real cheese. Ooh. We're also 30 less calories.
It's pizza for lunch to a kid and accompanied with a sports drink. They're not exercising. This kid's not playing like a game of hockey during his lunch break where you could justify, well, here's a prime. Or if he is, it's just like some recess thing. They're comparing it to just like a box of chemicals.
Calories, 3 less grams of fat, and 8 less grams of sugar.
Oh, look, it's barely healthier than a pile of chemicals.
Turkey Stack'em, 310 calories.
230 calories.
21 grams of sugar.
Again, I can't get over the aesthetic of what they're doing here. They're comparing it to this thing that came out in 1988, which is not real food. It's just like a pile of trash. You could just might as well compare it to like gummy worms and Pepsi.
7 grams of sugar.
If you look at this close up, you can already tell which one has better ingredients. All right, we'll start off with the Lunchables.
Bro, I'm sorry, that's trash. All right, now we're trying Lunchly. Come on. We're not biased at all, but ours is way better.
Fiesta Nachos. 22 grams of sugar.
10 grams of sugar.
7 grams of protein.
You're comparing it to nothing.
Coming close.
Oh, 2 grams more protein than a box of chemicals.
Look at the queso cheese in Lunchly versus whatever that is.
This is not lunch. This pile of nachos, a chocolate bar, and a sports drink that's designed for when you're competing in a sport or like exerting yourself physically a lot. And by the way, you could argue that water is just better than whatever they're selling this prime stuff.
Drip versus stick. I like my cheese drippy, bro. This is a lunch.
That's supposed to be lunch. This little cracker dipping in this like little cheese sauce, whatever that is. And they're trying to say this is healthy. It's 2024. Lunchables came out 36 years ago. So you're comparing it to a 36-year-old pile of chemicals. Ours is better. Why don't you compare it to like chicken breast, rice, and broccoli and see how you come out?
Lunchly salsa right here. Look at the consistency, the texture. And this is Lunchables. Look, it's watery. I can't even look at that. With 400 milligrams.
I can't even look at this entire setup they're doing here. And the part that is the most frustrating about this to me, I mean, probably the most frustrating part is just like the thing they're trying to sell, but they're all rich. They don't need to do this. There's enough money in life to be made when being like completely ethical, especially for these three people who are already for sure by far set for life. Why would you do this? Again, you want to sell Prime by itself and say, oh, it's a sports drink and an athlete can use it while they're playing a sport as well, drink water, what have you. That's, I think, reasonable to do. Same with Mr. Beast with the Feastables thing. If you want to have a snack, if you want to treat yourself, have this little Feastable bar. It's a little bit healthier. I think that's what he claims than like a traditional chocolate bar. That, whatever, it's a treat. Like, that's fine. This is a little pile of crap that you're telling kids to have for lunch, or their parents, if they're lazy, just throw it at them because it probably can last in the fridge for 7 months. That's not a real stat. I'm just making a joke.
Kilograms of electrolytes, my God!
And it's available for around $4.
What is a kid? What do you need electrolytes for at lunch? What are you doing?
Super affordable. Go give it a try.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so made my point. They don't need to be doing this. That's, again, like I made that just said that, but they do not need to be doing this. They're already rich. I don't understand. This is so unethical. This is so disgusting. There's already a massive obesity crisis. In no universe is Lunchly healthy. You're comparing it to just a pile of garbage called Lunchables that was released 36 years ago. Compare it to actual food. You'll never win. A banana, some eggs, stuff like that. You'll get crushed. And I'm not an expert on nutrition, but it's literally obvious. It's in a box. Completely absurd. There's chocolate. So anyway, I've seen people online blasting this product, and they should. People should continue shaming them for this. Don't release this. If you have, pull it. Stop. Just end the chaos here. This is a completely ridiculous system. We don't need to keep addicting people, children in this case, who are probably going to buy this pile of crap product, addicting them to sugar, addicting them to all these preservatives, addicting them just to fake food. It's not lunch food. You're going to just have this massive crash after you eat this thing. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching.